Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be checking out the 7th episode of Nippon Sangoku, and as usual, I'm really excited to get into this, but honestly more so since last week, as I feel like we've really hit the stride with this show as the battle's begun, we kind of have like a war essentially going on, and I've not only been loving like the aesthetic choices and like directing and all that of this anime, which has been incredible, but the actual story itself and the characters are so good so far, and I'm really excited to see a lot of these characters come together and either be antagonistic to each other or come together and be like allies. As there's quite a few characters now that I'm really enjoying. Like, it's especially the end of last episode. I feel bad I don't know their names off my top of my head, but the older guy that was gonna sacrifice himself, and then the girl with the glasses who like her and her all of the men like came together to essentially try and save him and go out together, was just super awesome. But other than that, I don't waste too much more time. Get right into this episode. If you are new to my channel, this is more of a watch along than a reaction. So if you'd like the audio and or full video, you can sync up with my copy of the episode. If not, you can see it blurred behind me and read the subtitles below me. But other than that, I'll give this countdown. We can get right into this episode. Three, two, one, start. Good, yeah. This show always throws me for a loop because it's very quiet and just like a black screen at the start for like a couple seconds. Year 60 of the Yamato area, spring. Seiji's commander in chief. Yeah, okay, that's so where we are at the moment. And he was retreating back. Yeah. So they're somewhat close back there. Live lavishly, yeah. Let's hope we can make it out of this. Well, to be fair, at the moment, I mostly only care about like, I guess the general soldiers and uh, I forget his name, but the quiet soldier that was giving his advice to the kid last episode. Bro's so excited to see that. Oh my god, bro is so in love. Fired up. Right into the OP. Yeah. I also had to adjust the subtitles a little bit, so hopefully you guys can see all of them. Because like you can see it's like split up slightly. So the top one is the subtitles when they go at the very top of the screen, and the bottom one's a little bit bigger because for some reason the subtitles are like not even staying at one spot in the bottom. They keep like moving up and down a little bit. So I had to adjust it slightly. I really cannot decide my favorite opening this season. There's too many good ones lately. It's almost every season I feel like we're just getting some absolute bangers. And there's probably quite a few good ones from shows I'm not currently watching. Because there is some shows I should honestly be watching this season that I just haven't at the time or whatnot to get around to, or I have previous content for those shows to still watch. I also will have my One Piece reaction probably coming out a little bit later today, but it shouldn't be too late. Yeah, peak intro. Now I'm interested to see where we follow along this episode because I feel like we have a lot of situations where we could follow. 7 hours after the war has begun. Reporting. Completed the capture. Okay, so they have the castle. Fought fiercely. Nothing life-threatening. Is this the... Half a day. Diabolical. Really using that appeal to get these soldiers on their top behavior. Picked up something. Oh, dragon hunting is crazy. Come under attack. 70,000. I think we actually went over that. It was more than they were expecting. A lot. 1,000. That's a lot for the first battle. I mean, to be expected when you're fighting with this many soldiers, but it's a lot of death. That is true. Can't even hold territory. So yeah, it's just not. Yeah, we need to pull all our soldiers together. Facts. Respectable leader. I mean, to be fair, well, it is nice to have a general who doesn't want to just throw you to your death. It also is just good strategy. Yeah. As long as the main force remains unaware. God, and it's also such a struggle. I feel like we can't even fully trust our own side because of it's not really one tight knit unit. Yeah, he was one of the smarter ones, or at least his team. Oh, Messenger got taken care of. That sucks. Nagami. What is your what are you planning? Tonight's our only chance. I wonder if this is gonna backfire on them having him kind of take command of the situation like this. Over 30,000 soldiers. As good as rabble. 30,000. Oh my god. That expression. Wouldn't call it a success. Yeah, you do gotta actually do something. He's really got him whipped around under his finger, though. We got this whole situation. Try don't. Bro is. This kid is gonna get all of these fucking people killed. And the large bath is ready. I have a feeling only a couple of these people are gonna make it out of here. Gonna have a more proper conversation with him, I imagine. Yep. Sensitive man. Self-preservation. Oh, that is honestly fair. I didn't even really think about that aspect. Yeah. Fourth child. Wow. Big family. Well, at least we got two people for sure that are keeping their eyes and ears open. Well, it's good that they're trying to avoid civilians. Suspicious man. Long unkempt hair. That's gonna be a mistake. I know it. The mere fact that that was brought up means it's important. Everyone prepare yourselves. I also apparently some is still getting cut off by these subtitles. Whenever there's two lines at the top. Just attacked poorly guarded armory. Oh, interesting. He's trying to get a little bit more glory. Is she gonna be pissed about this, or is this what she was maybe trying to get to happen when she sent that letter praising him and whatnot? I don't know how much to expect out of her, but she has been a pretty good strategic leader so far. Oh! Dude, this show goes from fucking zero to fucking watch someone's head get cut off so quickly. What a fucking signal. I won't lie, that shot was kind of funny. I'm pretty sure those are all CGI models that they had run aside like that. Oh, I feel like he's gonna snap that off at some point. That's how you stay alive. Not necessarily. Be careful. I do not want you to fucking die here. You're in the opening, so I would hope you're. I'm really enjoying. Okay, so I guess being in the opening literally means nothing. Oh, good kick. God, we just bonded with him about his family and everything, too. Oh, he's right in the solar plex. I don't think so. Oh, that. Oh, animation on that, too. That is hard as fuck. Gone next. Did he get that between his arms, or was that through the side of his body? Oh, God. Oh, I'm sure he's okay. Oh. Oh! Are we gonna get a fucking redemption for this little bugger? Oh. And we know he's a menace, so I think he's gonna be a menace more on our side at the moment now. I was not expecting this for his character. 'I imagine probably one of more first times that he's been hurt like that. 30,000. Yeah. Oh, he did get it between his arms, or his arm and his side, but it just like grazed him. I was not expecting this at all. His father made a new enemy, I'm pretty sure. Oh, that was T. I think he's more than willing to. He gave him multiple opportunities to try and give it advice. Oh, this OST. Man, this is. I really thought him and the guy that died were going to be the ones to escape and maybe protect the kid, but this is really not how I thought this episode was going to play out. Oh, that first person angle. No time. Oh, they both got hit there, I'm pretty sure. Oh, I need both of these them to escape now. I Whoever that was in the fucking long hair, I need them to come save the day. I knew it. Who is this? Fucking piano. Oh, in the heart. Oh, wow, the light fading out of his eyes. You definitely did. I knew not going after that guy was going to be a fatal mistake. Left Lieutenant General. Oh. Kaku's orders. Let his concealed for. Oh, wiped out. I guess they are out of their leader, too, at the moment. Right, Lieutenant. Entire. Total of 194. Oh, we're like city now. Yeah, a little bit. I was thinking the same thing. In a war frenzy. What a buffoon. Yeah. That's a good point, actually. This information being leaked or spread out. Yeah. Profit off of the war. That tends to happen when war comes to picture. Or comes into the picture, I mean. That is true. There is only one. Definitely not. We know they're a lot more respectable of people. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. The slow motion with the cloud coming over and darkening the sky. Yeah, this is what I mean by like the direction artistic choices in this show are a rare few. What is he? Yeah, he just remembered something. Destroy and annex. Oh, it's the end of the episode. Damn. Oh, I was so into that episode. But this is exactly what I meant when I said at the beginning of this video that like we've really hit the stride with this show. We're just doing the things. That scene, though, I was not expecting that. That's how that whole situation in the was it Capitol or wherever it was where they escaped. But I loved them working together and getting like a redemption from the son is not something I was expecting. Um, but he definitely has some questions for his dad. And I think now I can see him maybe being a bigger part of the story and maybe more of a good character or at least someone that we work alongside. I can't believe that other dude got taken out too. Like I was not ready for that dude to get absolutely just like he got stabbed and then like they went after him quite a few times. Like at first he got hit across like the face and I was like, okay, that didn't look like it cut his head off. It might just be like a giant scar that he gets across there. And then they just fucking tackle him and stab the shit out of him. I was not. This is what I mean though of this show can go from 0 to 100 so quick. Like the violence is just comes out of nowhere and is very sudden, which is honestly a very fun way to do it because that's often how I would say it is in real life as well. When violence happens, it's not like we get like a long build up to it. It's usually something that just, at least to the person, feels very sudden. And I love the way the show is presented that, like in that sequence and earlier when they took out the soldiers on the street, as well. It was really cool. And I think from the dialogue at the beginning, those two characters I was talking about, the older dude and the chick in the glasses, did they also die in that fight? Um, because like the guy that they were fighting against, I think they said he was wounded, but he's fine. Um, and then I think they said like everyone in the castles were taken care of, and I assume that's where he's from. So that's if so, that's a little bit sad because I really love that moment. Honestly, this show, like last week's episode with that moment and them protecting and trying to defend the castle, and this episode with like the redemption and escaping together with the son, both really unexpected moments I didn't think we would get, and they were incredible. I especially just so much love the way they did that whole sequence, and really not what I was expecting either. So I'm honestly here for it. And then we took out that one dude that was obsessed with uh his essentially his dictator. I was gonna say his commander, but she's kind of like I'm pretty sure her role they called her a dictator. Um, but yeah, that was incre- really well done scene. The parts where um there was a section where I forget where exactly it was. Yeah, right here. I think this is where the music all kicked in. Th- there was a couple moments where the music kicked in and it was so awesome. Um, because there was like a more like guitar-ish, like almost not rock, but like a much more like crazy OST, and then we also got like a one that was a piano that also just like hit really hard. This show really knows how to showcase not just like emotions, but just like the whole vibe of this show and like the way they do directing to emphasize certain scenes and whatnot is really impressive. And like there only this episode actually had a moment which I don't know if I can find it quickly, but that slightly took me out. But it was like one frame of them. I think they use like CGI models to have the characters like all move at the same time. Like the group of soldiers. That like was a little funny and caught me off guard. But other than that, like this show just non-stop looks incredible. And it's well, there was some awesome action, especially with him fighting. Off all the soldiers when they broke in. That scene was really cool. But as I've said, more so than just the animation, it's like every frame you pause on, the art is so satisfying to look at. Um, and it's very detailed. I feel like a lot of times that can be hard for an anime to do where they put so much detail into it. But I've really loved like all of the sequences we've got in this show. But this surprised the hell out of me. When I first heard that, I thought maybe the dude with that came at the end that saved them was gonna come right here. I was not expecting this little dude. Um, I guess Tyra is his name, but yeah, I was not expecting that. But I'm totally here for it because it's so cool, and I always love a more complicated and complex character where we very much see this kid as just like a little brat, very much like his dad. Um, and I even like when we were first introduced, I was like, this kid is going to be an absolute problem, and he sort of was. Like he was causing problems in the last like episode or two. But deep down, he is not nearly as scummy as his dad. Um, he cared about all the soldiers that died. Um, Especially, I feel bad that he's just fucking chilling there in the back. But him and the other ones that he was close to was it really showed like a different side to his character. And like the way he came in saying something along like, "This is not what you told me was gonna happen, Dad." Um, really incredible sequence. But the pair of these two, I would honestly love now if we got like a really good dynamic between the two of them, and that's kind of what we focus on with these characters, and they become a little bit closer. I feel like that would be really awesome. I'm glad at the very least he also made it out, because he was my favorite character in this group of them, and he got to show off a little bit more in this episode. Him like doing all the fighting while he was tied up and everything, all so cool. Um, and then him like taking him on his back. Like there was a couple shots where it's like, yeah, like this one, and there was a couple more that just looked so incredible and was just so awesome. Um, Absolutely loving this show though. I feel like every episode we progress a lot. Like a lot happens in these episodes. And it's very different than what I was expecting. Because like I thought we would largely be focusing on like our two main characters that we got introduced to at the start, but it's honestly been much more about like the world itself and like the general like armies and the sides fighting for control as like the leader, which is really cool because it's a fun concept, and I feel like well we get we have gotten really great character moments for our two main characters, especially like when they were joining up and whatnot. Um, I like that it's not just a story about them and like um just his revenge or anything about like his wife. Um, it's much more about like the actual world itself and trying to like I guess essentially get it to like a better, more peaceful era. Um, and I like that there's a lot of different sides. Like on our side of the army, it's not like we're just all like one savior type group. Our essentially our leader, like the is he a king or whatever, is completely useless and is being like puppeteered by just absolute scum. But it's still the side that we're fighting for. Um, Whereas the side we're fighting against right now almost in some ways seems like better to the people and stuff like that, but it's also not really at the same time. So it's just really fascinating and a really complex situation that I like how it's being portrayed so far. Because war is never a super black and white or simple thing to portray, and I feel like oftentimes it can get watered down a little bit too much in a show. But so far, I've been really enjoying how they've depicted everything. And despite how like sometimes funny this show could be and um, whatnot, the way they show violence and brutality um, is very cool and no, honestly kind of horrifying more than cool if we're gonna be honest. But I love just how sudden it can be. Um, I think other than that, that's kind of all of my thoughts for this episode. So I won't be yapping too much longer here. I appreciate you guys all stopping by and watching. I will be watching One Piece later today, and then um, what airs tomorrow? There's another show comes out tomorrow, and then I will be live streaming like Tuesday to Thursday pretty consistently. And I'll be playing some like anime games and things like that. So if you care about stuff like that, you can stop by. I always appreciate anyone hanging out, whatnot. If not, I hope you guys enjoyed this watch along, and I will catch you guys all next week. And peace.